Hello, this is Jared Parton, known as JP of the JP Home Group. And here I have Matt Weaver, my preferred lender. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about your background and experience?
Absolutely, and thank you for having me today.
Sure.
So, interestingly enough, this is 20 years in the mortgage industry here locally, right here in Palm Beach County. Had the good fortune of working with so many wonderful families, and it's been a blessing.
Wow, so 20 years in Palm Beach County? I'm sure you've seen a lot over the years. How many families have you helped in those years?
So I have the good fortune of saying I've helped a little over 10,000 families, which
Wow.
comprises of about 40% first-time home buyers and about 30% second-time buyers, and then of course the most seasoned buyers as well.
Wow, so 10,000 transactions. What is the reason that so many have chosen you and trust you?
What I would say, Jared, is that it's a function of philosophy and process flow. For years, I've been relentless on building out a process that really caters to the first-time home buyer and or the most seasoned buyer. And what I mean by that is that in this environment, in today's lending market, what happens is that we're almost treating it as if someone's walking into Macy's and buying a shirt, when really it's a tailor-made process. So we believe in taking the time up front, doing everything the right way from the beginning, so the client understands everything before making any big decisions. Look, let's face it, this is one of the largest purchases a client is probably going to do in their lifetime, so we take it very seriously.
That's excellent. And so when they call the Matt Weaver team, are they actually going to speak to a human being?
You know, it's wild because I know we're all veering towards the side of technology, and while we use technology to enhance our business, JP, what happens is that we still believe in being powered by a human being. What I mean by that is that our process, I have a team of 32 wonderful humans. Each member of the team sits in a specific seat to facilitate the process. So when a client calls 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., they deal with our team and we answer live.
Wait a minute. Can you say those hours again and tell me what that means?
Yes, so the Matt Weaver team operates 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and it's hard to illustrate that because I know a lot of people will say, well, my lender will return a phone call on a Saturday as well. What we mean by that is our operations is no different Saturday at 7 p.m. versus Monday at 10 a.m. And I think, you know, the reason for that is that we specialize in working with home buyers. So I think we can agree that someone could find their home Saturday night, someone could find the home they love Monday morning. It's no different to them. And so we understand that.
Well, and I can appreciate that too because it's so frustrating when I'm out there shopping over the weekend. That's when I need you most.
Right. And that's why we're there. And so, you know, when we think about the client, the home buyer looking to buy their first home or whether it be their second home, at that point in time, they want to speak to a live person. They want live answers. I mean, I can't imagine on a Saturday saying, well, this can wait till Monday. I mean, it's an exciting time and we want to be there for them.
That's fantastic. And let me ask you this. I think there's a stigma for the difficulty of the process. So what can someone expect to go through when working with you and your team?
So most recently, we have summed up our process into 4 words, and it's the most trusted and most simple. And what we mean by that is when we think about the pre-approval process, which is really the first step in anyone looking to buy a home.
Right.
We simplified that process, and it works as follows. The client can call us 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And during that time, we take an application, which is only 10 minutes by phone. Once the application is completed, we'll walk the client through what items are needed. Half the time, we can help them get those items right over the phone. Once we have the items, the review process, meaning we take the items and have them reviewed by our underwriting coordinators, which is only 2 to 4 hours. And once the review is completed, the most important part, a detailed consultation, which can be done by phone or in person, going over all the facts, loan program, closing costs, what to expect, overall process. JP, this is the most overlooked part of the pre-approval process, which is something we take a lot of pride in. So it's a very simple process and it operates, again, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So if the home buyer sends in their items, let's say at 4 o'clock on a Saturday evening, we'll have results no later than 8 p.m. that Saturday night.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. What a review process. Matt, let me ask you, is this really different from what other lenders do?
It is, because the standard pre-approval process would be to take a verbal application, kind of do a cursory review and give some roundabouts as to what it can look like. And the reality is that I happen to believe that the client needs certainty. They need to know exactly where they stand. They need to know exactly what their costs are, what interest rates are, etc. And so that's a process that can be overlooked by many lenders because it takes a lot of time to invest up front. So the standardized process would be, allow me to take your information verbally. I think you look good. Go out and find a home, and then we'll talk about the hard numbers. Where our philosophy is, whether you're looking to buy a home today, 6 months from now, a year from now, or maybe even never, we'll give you that time, those resources up front, regardless of your time, regardless of your purchase price. So it's something we're really passionate about.
Sure, and that's excellent because that upfront work is what translates to us being able to get it closed. Now, you and I have a relationship. I use you for all of my buyers, and can you explain why it's so important for a realtor to have that type of relationship with his lender of choice?
Absolutely. So I think we can agree that the South Florida market is still a challenging market by way of low inventory, by way of knowledge, and really helping a buyer get to where they want to get to, right?
Correct.
And the lender and real estate agent relationship, I think, works so well because it's a team that understands how each other works, and it's a team that's already gone through the process multiple times over that can assist that buyer so they're not cutting their teeth on anyone new or any new process. You know, it's interesting. We've had the good fortune of working on so many transactions together to where when that client found that home, and if there's multiple offers, we've worked closely together to get that home under contract because that client envisioned their child in that third bedroom. And that's the most rewarding part, JP.
Absolutely, and that relationship, we have overcome so many incredible obstacles, and we've always found a way to get the deal closed.
Yes.
So I appreciate that, Matt. That's why I rely on you and your team for your support with all the financing needs. I definitely appreciate that you're open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. I appreciate your time today, and thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.